this exit indicator thing, right?
And we're live. How are you guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Can you turn on your camera, Tilo, please?
Oh, is it off? There you go. Good.
Yeah, so I'm good. Thanks for asking.
All right, that's the right image here.
Are you guys on Miro? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can someone share their Miro screen, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's loading slow today again.
Okay. Good. Okay, what we want to do today is we want to do quick stand-up of the previous sprint. Then we're gonna make retrospective, what went well, what was not so good. Then probably gonna playtest the game so far as we have it with the RTS elements, which we did in the latest sprint. And then we're gonna have a sprint planning, one looking at the roadmap, and then probably while we're doing it, sprint planning two, where we decide on all the tasks which are involved, and then yeah, wrap this up. Okay, you wanna start with the stand up?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so the agent shooting weapons stuff, the aiming, the shooting, that's all in. So basically they have a system now that updates their targets, like their two-hand targets, to kind of aim at whoever they're, like actually aggressing on. Yeah, I think that there's still some tweaks to be had there. But the actual functionality's there. I think it's just that'll kind of happen in the polishing phase. Yeah, and then I also added a thing where basically they will still kind of override this to shoot at their target. So there's a lot less like RNG or like something weird happens and they're aiming kind of off or something. So this should all work really well, and kind of the result of that is they're extremely good at combat currently, which is like the flip side of the coin of the other day when they were basically shooting the floor for forever. Yeah, and now they're kind of like laser beam accurate, but yeah, I think in the second part we'll tweak this and get it to the right place.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, I did merge these as well.
Although we still want to kind of like split the kill between melee and shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, and for me, I've just been working on this, the loadout swapping, and I actually shared the video on dev stuff. So it's not quite there yet. I feel like it still needs maybe one day of work on it. But the functionality is working. You can change the desired weapon and they'll go pick it up from the stockpile. I also made like just a basic UI implementation. We don't have like a full mock-up of how it looks, but for now it just has a button and it opens like a list of the weapons, so that they can select what they wanna pick from. Yeah, but that's it. Just I think it still needs a little bit of work. Even the go up part is still like I found like one or two cases where it doesn't seem to be working fully. Like if you swap back to a previous weapon that you swap to, there seems to be some issue with that. So I think it just needs some more work and should be pretty close.
Okay. What was this? The armor tooltip? That was a bonus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you don't even have armor in yet.
Okay. Good. What is the voxel art department doing, Leon?
Yeah. This morning I started coloring the loading dock. One moment, I will share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. This is still very rough. I'm having trouble to actually decide what I want to color in which color. But I'm slowly getting there, I believe.
Yeah.
And once I've blocked the colors as I like them and the different shades of metal, I will start to apply shading, texture, etc.
Okay.
So this shouldn't take any longer than today. Also,
Right.
I've wondered, since this is a whole live stream and the people that watch us, how about I show them the animations that I made?
Sure. Hold on for the landing port. I have some stuff I want to talk about. Do you have a conveyor belt which you can place adjacent to that entry so that it actually fits?
Not yet, but it's a little bit finicky with the different palettes, but I could prepare something.
Yeah. Okay.
But this doesn't take an instant moment, sadly.
No. Okay. Well, then prepare this and then just put it on the Discord or something. Yeah.
All
So
right.
that we make sure that this thing is going to fit. Yeah.
I'm going to warn you, this isn't going to fit entirely because this thing, basically the conveyor belt is one tile wide, 25 blocks. And no, this would look very weird to have something that is essentially a tile wide fit into something that's also a tile wide. Yeah, I'm going to experiment with that.
Well, it should fit, right? So the conveyor belt goes in, and stuff on the conveyor belt should move inside, and then kind of go downward. Like in a lower level.
That's for sure.
Thing, yeah. I don't know. Maybe a hole here would be also more beneficial. I don't know if these things move or something as soon as this stuff goes through or something. I don't know.
We will see.
We'll see. Okay.
And yeah, for the animations.
Yep.
This is mostly brand new stuff that hasn't been shared yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to our viewers. Most of these machines were made before my arrival at the Donnerpower team, but I managed to animate some of them. Yeah, I'm just going to show you some of these animations. Notice all of these are going to be work in progress, so there's a promise that these actually look like how they would look in the game. But yeah, the idea is that everything sort of moves on the screen, and that you get rewarded by interesting animations for assembling an interesting factory. My bad. Yeah, the cutter, the
Cutter,
recycle.
recycling, aka the oak crusher.
This is pretty straightforward. Yeah, the furnace. There
I
isn't.
thought you wanna add some particles to it too, some polygons.
Yeah, I did that, but yeah, I didn't arrive at that part yet because I was focusing on the loading dock.
Okay.
And yeah, these are our assemblies. These are 3 different tiers, and they all function the same. One moment. It's basically like a CNC 3D printer in which items that you want get crafted via some magical stuff inside the tubes.
Yeah. we should really think of how these elements get created inside these machines.
Yeah, once I take the animations again, I will also play with more particles, and I imagine some sort of sparks flying out of the nozzle or dispenser down there.
Right. Just a question: did we actually fix the offsets here on these assembly machines? Because last time I checked, they were still off. Is that correct?
Yep.
And that's something we have to fix on our end.
On the code-based, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
So it'll be like a specific task for it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, this thing is sort of forbidden. Yeah, I've shared a video of it, sort of
right.
complaining about how this barely has any opportunity to animate, so I'm kind of reworking that. And nothing to show on this part, but the lathe is functioning perfectly well.
That's my favorite one. That looks
The
so
lathe?
cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I told
Yeah,
you the story about
it's
this.
really
these Reddit boards, right?
No.
No. Okay. Well, there's like sometimes they pop up. There's some kind of Reddit boards where they share videos of people getting snatched into these machines.
Oh.
And
Wow.
the cherry on top is that they always get stripped naked when this happens. It's horrible to watch.
Ah, you
And
told us, yes.
and I don't know why Reddit is recommending me these Reddit pages.
Well,
Probably I watched one video and then from there, okay, well he's a morbid guy or something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out today when we're talking about the blood and gore, I guess.
And for the last machine, the refinery, I've started finally playing with some particles and I've implemented them. And it looks like this. So far, my favorite animation, which is funny because I've secretly complained a lot about this because it's very static and barely
Yeah.
offers any opportunities to sort of animate stuff. But this emergency situation sort of inspired me to be very creative.
yeah,
With the
I
Looney
love how
Tunes
this looks
pipe.
like it explodes like any minute.
Hey, that's some pressure. Actually, if that thing had hit, it should burst,
Oh,
in
yeah.
a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
explosion. Yeah. You go like, okay, well, I want to put this thing as far away from everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's for the animations. As I said, nothing here is absolutely final and is subject to change. And once I finished all of these animations in a pleasing manner, I will probably cut a small video of all the animations and post it on the devs stuff channel for everybody to watch. But yeah, that's it.
Right. Good. Alrighty. Good. I think nothing else, right? Till nothing from your side when it comes to the.
Well, we could discuss the map size. I researched those other games.
Yeah, I rather would like to finish this sprint here with doing our retrospective, and then we can jump to this.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
Well,
I mean, move
yeah.
this.
Should we look at some of the stuff then?
The stuff. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like look at a build. Look at the game.
Oh yeah, let's do
Look
that.
at the current. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
And for those who are still watching, I guess this is like the world premiere for Dawn of Hearts Combat. That's exciting.
That like an early iteration of it, sure.
Right. No pressure though.
Yeah.
I just I just put it in here. Let's do this like this here. Okay, who's doing the? Should I run the build?
No.
No. Okay. Please no.
No.
Where's the application? Just give me 1 second. What would you be called? Oh well, I'll just share the screen then.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I won't have sound, but
That's really unfortunate, actually.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. For some reason I can't find the application.
For shooting.
Yeah, for the shooting.
Actually, I have sound. I hear sound.
Oh, do you?
I
Oh,
do.
right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect then. Perfect. Yeah. So So they all have weapons now. They've had weapons, but not actually had. Can use and shoot them. Yeah. There's like some information. We just have like like some general stats here. There's actually a lot more that kind of will be behind the scenes, but yes, we got like a DPS damage, the attacks per second, stuff like that. So like this is like a burst weapon. Yeah, and the way this is working is like you have this kind of pie that shows up and they aim at and just like shows what they're actually aiming at, right? And they all have different kind of times to shoot. Yeah, it's all working pretty well so far. I think there's more stuff to obviously add to it, but but like the very base of shooting, having agents, shoot at stuff and potentially kill stuff is now here. And like I said, they're very good. Like if you see this guy Luna here, he's extremely good with his like burst SMG.
Yeah. There's no spray at all.
Yeah, there is what's he looking at?
I mean,
yeah,
the cool thing is, so
it's
I can clearly see what they're shooting at. I can clearly see what they're aiming at. That's what I say. This is like
That's working well.
That's working well, yeah.
That's solution.
Yeah. So that was a concern, I would say. That circle aiming thing, the Pac-Man. Let's call it the Pac-Man. Probably with the black outline.
Like an outline, yep.
Yeah.
And that's easy to add because it's just a sprite.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I mean this is yeah, this is like the basics of what we talked about.
Oh.
Yeah, it went down.
Just reset it, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so it's I think it's for like its first iteration. Sorry, this is gonna be super loud.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
For the first iteration, yeah, I think it's a really good starting point.
So many parts came together for that.
Yeah. We're like, I think at the beginning of the sprint, all we had was like the debug stuff mostly, and they were absolutely terrible at shooting. In fact, the shooting was basically completely broken from the first pass. Yeah.
Okay, now I don't have a sound.
No? Okay.
I think I can hear it.
Oh, did you hear it?
Or am I?
Oh, I can hear the sound. I can hear the music, yeah, but I couldn't hear the ship landing somehow. That's weird. Yeah. Also, I mean, you put down these barrels already. They're a little bit too big, right? They should be. I don't know, how high is the barrel? Goes till actually, it's a little bit too big, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, like 20% too big. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here with Camilla, you can see that the outline, is pretty important, so that you can see it.
Like the names. So.
Yeah, I like the names. Exactly. Yeah, and also like so this thing is right next to the name now, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So when you undraft one of them, then it's probably going to swap the name in the middle again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. I rather want to have like this Pac-Man thing on top of them, on top of their
Above.
head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's also easy to change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of sounds do we hear when you're shooting?
It
Can you make
is
the
like
sound
a.
a little bit louder, by the way, in the game? The settings.
Here, let me.
Yep. Yeah, that's very unsatisfying sound.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, that's like a part of the like polishing pass. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything but placeholders right now, right?
Mm-hmm. At least they have sound. It's actually cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And just looking at these guys, I mean, there's clearly some kind of problem with their RNG, which is strange because they have different heads, and should use like the same random, but they all have the same gun.
Of the same gun.
Oh.
Yeah, which
This guy looks
doesn't.
awesome. Can you go back to this other guy?
It doesn't.
No, this other guy.
Who? Grayson.
Alexander.
Who?
He looks awesome. He looks like gosh, Batman. What's his name again? The actor.
Oh, yeah. What? Liam Neeson? Ra's al Ghul?
No.
Christian
Who?
Bale?
Huh?
Christian Bale?
Christian
Batman?
Bale. Yeah, Christian Bale. Like oh, man down.
Collateral damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's actually because they're all drafted. You're not gonna go pick up this gun.
The gun. Awesome.
Leave the body. Take the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it makes sense to look at one of the next sprints at these physics issues which we still have, so that the physics gets kind of a time to live and comes to a rest,
Yeah, which
then as you say,
it's not a problem like that. It really is that we need a system that finds these overlaps like that and fixes them. Is it this? Yeah. So like, I don't want the tooltips. Yeah. So like,
twice because you know that.
yeah. So like, if somehow they get stuck in, they just need to go like chunk out. Yes, like I said, the problem is with them kind of getting like way overlap, just the way the voxes are. So like if they don't know which way to like push out to fix it, we actually have to go in and say like, all right, there's a problem here and sort it out, because otherwise, they'll just freak out constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's basically what to show here.
Okay. Can you make Camilla shoot Levy?
Let's see. Sure.
Just
Everybody
right click
shoots
them,
this
right?
guy. Mm-hmm.
Well. Harper. Just getting the loot.
Oh no. Send it again.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, some crashes. So I assume because you have like the crates and the barrels already in there, I think the story of having stuff to shoot is then fairly easy. Okay, what I saw also that you say they're pretty accurate at shooting at the moment, right?
Yeah, they're super accurate. Yeah.
Super accurate, yeah. So, but that should be a big issue for increasing the spray, right? Based on the um,
No. It's like all the stuff is there. Like the we just have to kind of do like a little cone thing where we have like an accuracy rating basically, right? And this is like the kind of the maximum from perfect that they can go. And yes, we just kind of like offset this raycast by that much, and then it's done. And that was working with the other projectiles, right? But they work like slightly differently. And so I think we have to like boost it a little bit because it's much too perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Something which we can.
Couple of questions
for
in the
next
chat.
Mhm.
Is there going to be reviving and directional audio? And what about a plant health system? Can we
Right.
talk about that?
Sure. Just to mention it for a second. So yes, there will be reviving, meaning that pawns can get incapacitated and then have to be rescued and healed. A little bit like in RimWorld. So you get the chance for people to be able to recover, um, but also you have a great chance to just get them killed. And how are we going to heal them? Probably so we have like these healing tanks which we were thinking of, um, and so people have to get into these. So you have to build them. You have to have enough of them. If they're occupied, well, then they might bleed out and die before you can rescue them. So this is like the trade-off you have to have enough of them. Yeah, and the other question was directional audio. Tony?
I mean, I suppose that like in terms of directional, like really what we've got is just like 3D audio. So like everything is played, at a certain world position, in the world, and then the camera is just the listener. So you will get like some, directional audio, I suppose, out of it. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. We've like messed with the levels. Just to like make it sound a little better, like as you zoom out and you move around the map. We've been playing with that, and trying to find the right, basically the right levels. So it sounds, like not overwhelming. When there's like a lot happening, especially like if there's a lot happening off screen, you might want to like hear a hint of it, but not like what's building, I don't know, 100 feet, 100 meters, whatever you want, away. So hopefully that answers that.
Mm. Yep. Yeah, we have this already with the machines. Yeah, so that you can hear machines on a factory floor when you move out of the screen, and you kind of notice them, but at some point you might lose them. Okay.
Yeah, and also one question was about limbs, individual limbs getting hit, and I guess we can answer that with a resounding yes. And we're actually going to talk about it later, right?
Yeah. Also, you saw like this little or this close-up head or this close-up upper body when you click on a pawn, and then they start talking to you. At the moment, they just talk some debug stuff, but they will also show like their wounds they're gonna have. So like if they have some wound at the chest or something, you will see it there. Or if parts of the head is missing, you will see this as well. Yeah. And the fun thing is, so these skeletons maybe Leon, you can pull up some image of that. So they are like having a bone structure and then some flesh around that, and then their skin, and then their uniform. So basically, you will see if they get hurt through all these layers, and yeah, probably some bones sticking out when they got hit. Yeah, could be very gory. Yeah. So if you wonder why Reddit is recommending these weird boards to me, then probably that's it. Okay, good. Then I would say let's do the retrospective quick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty boring for everybody else to watch, but it's like for 2 minutes we're gonna sit tight and then just write down, and you can start while I'm just explaining this. So 2 minutes from now, what went well in the sprint. So we have like a category which is called mad. So we put stuff which made us mad in this sprint down there. For example, like me moving the whole board. What made us sad? I was different to mad, so it's a different feeling. Okay, trust me on that. And then it's more like what we get disappointed by others. This is more like where we get disappointed by ourselves. And then glad. What made us happy? What went well? Probably when you look at stuff which made us mad in the last sprint and which made us sad in the last sprint. Most of the time, that stuff ends up here. I'm glad that we kind of progressed on that and yeah, became better person, better developer, better game designer when it comes whatever comes to our mind. Good. So I'll actually gonna write some down as well. Um,
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can start because for streaming reasons I
Please.
cannot access my second screen. So
Yep.
so I'll just say them. I just point out the obvious ones. So I'm super excited about the combat. What Tony just showed off is just amazing. I think same goes for the machine animations. It makes such a difference when there's like something, when they're like active and when there's something going on. I also really like that Leon pushed for like idle animations, which I would never have thought of because I was like thinking like maybe if machines are not used, they're standing still, but it's also great idea. Always something going on the screen. I know that Francisco's doing all this nitty gritty UI stuff and this aiming mechanic and the loadout UX stuff. So that's all great, and I think that it was a huge leap in this sprint.
Thank you. Anybody else want to go next?
I'm still writing some of the stuff.
Yeah, me too. All right. Gonna go next. Probably somebody else picks up the stuff which I am missing here. Okay, so I'm glad that just seeing how this Pac-Man system works. So everybody's, I mean, you can clearly see what is going on. Also glad that this shooting looks satisfying. We have to fix the sound. At the moment, it's just a placeholder, as Tony said. But if we can get like also not only the sound for shooting, but the sound of the impact, and give the player like a potential feedback on that, this could be very satisfying, right? And I can see player running around and shooting just stuff because it is fun. to do. And well, also looking forward to the combat with that. We just can shoot ourselves at the moment, but I think it's going to be amazing. What made me a little bit sad this sprint is, I mean, we have like this continuous discussion about Dominion 2, and I see the huge potential for this game, or you call it Combat Cobras. And it kind of itches me, but I can't scratch it because we have to focus. We have to be laser light focused on this game. But yeah, this could be potentially amazing. Speaking of amazing, animations are amazing. Really looking forward to have like more and more stuff going on in your factory. And also happy that we have like this continuous discussion about meat and sauce, yeah, which kind of propelled us where we are at the moment with working on this RTS stuff. Otherwise, we could do sauce all the time, which makes me mad. Still a lot of stuff to do. I mean, even on my plate, when I'm thinking of what we have to do is like this stuff which we already made, yeah, like the optimization of UX, UI, the stuff for the modals, like the priority and um, uh, schedule modal, where we go like, okay, it's not based on the single pawn, but on groups, introducing groups, etc. And so on. All that stuff is not done yet. Yeah, it's still up here. I haven't put it on paper. Sometimes we talk about it. It's not impeding us on anything at the moment, which is a good thing. We have still a lot of stuff to do, but we will come to a point where we go like, okay, well, we need this now. And yeah, still haven't found time to make that. That makes me a little bit mad. This is yeah, concerning for me. Then again, I mean, having like this landing port and landing pad system iterated so far, that I can see that it's potentially going to be great. That is going to add a lot of interesting gameplay. Yeah, it makes me happy. So I haven't thought when we started this game that building a spaceport is going to be that big of a part in the game, but it's like kind of your lifeline of stuff coming in, and this is where you get your rare deliveries. For the economy, it's really important, and yeah, I'll always like to work on new systems and get them in the game. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit concerned. This is just going to be a genre blend, yeah, the whole game. But well, that's what you do today. Okay, that's me. You want to go next?
Yeah, I think I can go next. Actually, finished. Didn't rate that much, but yeah. So I think the biggest highlight is definitely the combat. I mean, there's so much progress on many parts of it, and it's looking like really promising and already amazing. Yeah, and related to that, a bit sad that like the whole thing with the loadout swapping was a bit dragged down by the UI. Because in terms of functionality, it's mostly working, but without the UI fully implemented, it can't really go in. So yeah, it's just a bit sad that I wasn't able to make it fully to the sprint. Yeah, also I like the improvements to the world space selection. Yeah, we had like a good solution for making it truly terrain based, and there's also a bunch of stuff with highlighting the previous selection and yeah, and smaller things like the items flying around and having their orders following the item position. So there's also quite a few improvements there. Yeah, and I think that's everything for me. Nothing to be mad about.
Would anyone mind if I go next?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. I'm very happy that I was able to expand my abilities in Unity. I've managed to play around with animations, animators, and even more VFX stuff. And compared to my first VFX visual programs, the ones that I made now are way better. It's not so chaotic anymore. And yeah, I'm glad to see combat in the game as well. It's just exciting to see a whole new pillar of the game just pop out of nowhere. And I'm very excited to see where it's going. And yeah, lots of new opportunities for art and visuals. I would love to work on on I forgot the word. Symbols, images, you get the clue for UI in future, or to voxel new enemies, to make new guns, etc. Very excited. Also happy to be back to voxeling a little bit. To just create these new voxel models is something I've grown fond of over the time, and I'm happy to work on these. And yeah, I feel like discussions in the team are much smooth. Oh, I can't talk today. I'm very sorry. Are much smoother, in my opinion, these days. We sort of get to agreements a lot quicker, and overall workflow and the communication in the team is way faster. And I'm very happy to see that. Now something said. This is mostly self-critique. It is entirely self-critique, even. And yeah, I felt like the sprint was finished for me in 2 days. I've completed my work really quickly, and I just sat there and sort of scavenged for a few areas in which I could add my work into. For example, this loading port or self-study and how to work with Unity. And I feel like I should show more initiative and look for things I can improve upon the game by myself. Of course, also while talking about these things with the rest of the team. But that's about it from my side.
Cool. Tony.
Okay.
Till?
Till went first, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
done.
you're
Just go ahead.
Okay. Let's just go through these. Yeah. Okay. So combat. Yeah. That is meat. Yeah. That's super sweet to be working on. Yeah. It's very very cool. It's also really cool having agents. Like actually doing damage because yeah, for so long, I've had to go into that debug like weapon thing and shoot something and to now be able to kind of like test it out and yeah, like be able to play through the game a little bit more is very fun. Yeah, I think the animations bring a lot of life. Yeah, I agree. The lathe one is like so smooth and satisfying. Yeah, it's just really really cool. Yeah, let's see here, and then yes, sad. I think some things weren't super fleshed out, and we ended up running into this problem. And like, originally I had questions about combat, and I also ran into like questions very quickly. And I still don't think that like they've really been designed or thought about. Like we've had this discussion now like about crits, and then Francisco and I had another conversation about this, and we were talking about like actually how damage is done, how it should be done, if we're doing like limb based damage, if crits should be based on just like a random chance like XCOM, or if it's like headshots and or do we just want to do like damage based on where you're hit. I don't know. That's all like stuff that should kind of be thought about and said like, no, we're not doing that. This is exactly what it should be. And same with loadouts. Like in the midst of loadouts, we then decided to add on this UI thing, and I don't really know where. yeah, kind of where we missed that. Not really sure. Yeah, and I think also this kind of goes in the middle. Yeah, I really think that like that when making a game, this is just like what it is, right? It's like the gray boxing stage. It's like the like blocking out. I think this is like actually what game development looks like. And yeah, I think a lot of times, like especially now that we have this glass factor, there's like a push to have it kind of like past where it should be while we're working on it, I think. And that's just a feeling I have. I'm yeah, I'll go back to a glad one. I am excited for enemies. I think it's very, very cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun, like having, I don't know, something else, like having a threat, because that's something we're really missing. And then once it's there, yeah, there's there's like some kind of tension at least. There's not nothing. I think that's amazing. Yeah, I also, yeah, this is definitely more sad. Yeah, I guess originally when I planned out and started doing the weapon stuff, when we'd kind of talked about more of like, like the Rim World style kind of thing, like a long time ago, there was like various ammo types. There were like armored layers, like like you could have like hand armor, foot armor, whatever it might be. And the armor wasn't that far, but we did have like all the ammo stuff kind of in, and a lot of guns, and we kind of pruned some of that stuff. And by I say pruned, I mean, kind of like commented some of it out, and mostly kept it just in case we ever want to revert some of these things. But yeah, I felt some sort of sadness about that. Yeah, and then also I think like just thinking about the loadout thing, I think UI, really is sauce and meat. It's like a full course meal, like it's like very like visually important, and potentially pleasing, but it's also important for a player. And I think that this would be like a very big thing to like try and figure out how this is going to look, in an early access. Because I think we still have like very much a dev look. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like marketing wise, having like a nice crisp UI, it's like super important. Like people on Steam,
Yeah.
they just they just skim these pages for screenshots of the UI. They want to see, a nice looking UI which conveys complexity, and deep mechanics and stuff. So we should have at least, I don't know, at least two like different screens, and this could be like the basic UI, but it also could be like a tech tree or whatever, because like people are really 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 into this, and
Mhm.
fans of the genre.
Yeah, yeah, and I think like especially looking at like we just looked at Solaris, what, 2 days ago, and they've also got like a very nice UI, and like a lot of games, yeah, definitely in the genre, like they're maybe like inviting, if that's the kind of game, or they just have like a more finalized and like put together kind of look, I think.
Well, I'm still for going with the pixel art. Finding a pixel artist who can do that. Maybe we can post
Yeah.
some job description on Discord for that. And when it comes to Stellaris, that they have a nice UI. I mean, Stellaris is only UI. I mean, it's
Right.
there's,
Yeah.
there's nothing else, right?
It's a spreadsheet game.
It's a spreadsheet game.
Yeah.
Hmm. Good. So everybody got their take. Yeah, I think it's overwhelmingly we're glad for combat getting tackled now, as it was luring there forever, as one of the last big pillars of the game. And yeah, we're also happy with the other stuff which we were working on, like the world space selection, the animations which you saw, and still looking forward for more combat, having enemies in the game, etc. and so on.
Yeah.
Good. If we don't have any more remarks, then let's go to the sprint planning 1 for the next sprint, which is going from the 6th till the 20th for 2 weeks. And let's see if everybody has time. Tony, you put your name in here, or it's just from coffee?
Yeah. No. So I actually have a flight. So I won't make the meeting here.
Mhm.
I think I'll still work at least part of this day, and then from here on I'll be at my dad's in Vegas until the 26th, and I'm coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was actually hoping to take some time off in this next week as well. Here.
Okay. Do you know already when?
Yeah. I was thinking potentially Monday through Thursday. But
Yeah, let's plan with that for now.
all right.
Okay.
And
It means
this Friday is like a holiday here, over here in Germany.
that's true.
Or it's only in Berlin, right?
No, by now I think it's everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me check. Weltfrauentag.
Any truth bombs lined up?
No.
I'm not touching this. I'm not
I
touching
advise
this.
you. Advise you to against it. I don't know what's so funny about this.
All right, good. Well, glad that our colleagues in the US and in Taiwan can still work on that
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Who wants to be our burn down?
What's going on here today?
Okay, let's go.
Sage
Sarge. Yeah, we want to be our burn down Sarge.
or such.
I mean, this company getting canceled before we release the game. So fast. Yeah. Who wants to do this?
Oh, well, I'm gone most of the time, so not me.
You just copying this over to show how it's done? What are you doing, Francisco?
Oh no.
I don't know what's going on. It's like invisible to me.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, it has to look like this at the end of a sprint,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a perfectly done burn down job. What are you doing, Francisco? It's still
Wait.
here. We have it. We don't need it
It's
anymore.
invisible to me. Okay. Okay. Mirror, love mirror.
You just don't want to be the burn down Sarge. I get it. Okay. Or I'm gonna pick somebody. Tony's not here, so I'm picking Till.
All right.
It's your turn then.
I'm glad we did this name change though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also glad that you're actually volunteered here.
All right. Always.
Righty, good. I took the liberty to select some tasks here already, but we're gonna look at our product roadmap and the games economy before we continue and make a commitment on what we're gonna work on in the next sprint. So let's look at the combat story or the combat epic, which is here. So we have pawns can get hurt. What do we have in mind? What was that all about actually? So they can get hurt already. They can die. They can have wounds. What is meant with that?
Yeah, I think that was just like a part of like the planning of like the entire combat implementation basically. So this was done already, yeah, and it basically was just that pawns can shoot and then they can actually hit something and do damage. and that was it.
Well, they can get damage already, right?
Yep. Yeah, this is done.
Is it done? Okay. They cannot lose limbs. They can vanish. These limbs can be shot off and then they are vanished.
Mhm.
But it's like there's still a leg there, which is not attached to something, but it still can move, right? Like a normal leg.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's a
But
lot. Yeah.
So what does this actually entail? Like, like the concept, if they lose the arm, they cannot aim, or
No,
something like that.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say if they lose a limb, they're incapacitated right away, right? So they,
Yeah, I think that.
so they're
makes
shot
more
in the arm, so that they lose an arm. I mean, they will lay down and then be incapacitated. But it means that if an arm is shot off, it actually falls off. At the moment, it does not. Yeah, they still have a hand, which is magically in the air, and a missing arm. Right.
Okay. Actually, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
I thought we had like a Voxel Island thing, but
Yeah,
maybe it's not.
Yeah, we do, but it doesn't work between voxel objects. So basically, it'll drop like anything at the bottom of the arm, let's say, right, and then, but like the forearm and the hand, will still be there because it's like the island thing doesn't say, okay, this thing's a child of this, and it was connected by like these loose voxels that got
Okay.
Became an island.
So I assume that's fairly easy to implement, as given that we have something similar already in place.
Yeah, there'll be some differences, and like we can either do it kind of specific to limbs, because limbs is like a much easier case. Yeah, than anything else. Yeah. So I guess for limbs, sure, it's pretty easy. If it was a system we wanted to use, later on for like, I don't know. I guess like an example is like teardown. They make these like compound objects that support each other. Whereas most of our voxel objects as of right now are like kind of their own entity, and so like even if something should be held up by something else, but it's like a part of a different voxel object, and part of it breaks off, it'll just fall off. If that makes any sense. So for limbs, it's pretty easy because it just goes down and down and down. For, if we also want to design it for like anything else, then that's like a much more complex problem. But I don't think we should go that way right now.
Okay. Good. Next one. Same destruction on big heads. Big heads is like stuff which is visible in the Pioneer detail view. So just stuff, these faces which come up when you select somebody. And so if they get shot in the face, that should be also reflecting on these heads, right?
Yeah.
What is the?
Yeah, and that one is quite complex, I think.
Quite complex?
I can imagine. Yeah.
We don't really have any connection between the two voxel models, because the way I imagine it would work is there's an impact on one of the models, and we translate the same impact with a new scale to the other model, but there's not a connection between the two. So knowing the position and everything.
So that connection would be then the story, basically. And
if we go this approach, yeah, and that's the only thing I can come up with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should be the same thing. I mean, if they get hit in the head should kind of have like these wounds, yeah, and they should be consistent. So if I'm selecting it,
like
it should be
very precise on the
Yeah. Alternatively, we could do something that's like, because like the actual voxel heads are very small, so we could just loop through the one that we want to read from, and then find kind of the damage, and then do like a kind of like some, like Francisco was saying, kind of like some form of damage where we know there's voxels missing, Yeah,
Mm.
and that's like another potential thing.
Right. hmm I'm wondering if you want to do blood and gore before. Mm, Because we
Yeah, I
haven't,
feel like
yeah, we haven't talked about how much blood and gore there will be in the game. I think that makes sense.
yeah, and this one is like sauce, but like
It's like literally red sauce.
important sauce.
That's important sauce.
Yeah,
It's meat
this
sauce.
one is sauce, but
It's
It's
meat
sauce, but
sauce.
it also has some like chunks of meat in it.
Yeah, yeah, meatballs. It's meatballs. Okay. Is there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's say the gore is the meat and blood is the sauce. Yeah. I feel so intelligent now. Okay. Um. Suit, let's talk about this one. Okay. Um. So there will be blood when they get hit, right? You should kind of see. What I'm thinking is pink mist. Yeah. Um. There will be gore, like if they have like limbs looking, limbs missing. There should be kind of stuff hanging out and so. Um, and if they drag around their body, or their body gets dragged around, they should leave a blood trail. And
mm,
they should lose blood. I mean, if they should lose blood for some time when they're shot, and they should dead, and if they should lose a lot of blood while they're bleeding out, right? And uh, that should be painted everywhere. So if you're getting shot from the front, and behind you is a wall, there should be some blood splatter right next to it.
hmm
Yep.
yeah, I kind of split them here because I feel like for the putting blood on surfaces, we we have talked something similar related to this. It's like the flora, the grass
Stencils.
on the ground is kind of a similar system because it's not part of the terrain. It's just something that's there, and yeah, yeah. I guess the question is also if we do it more like a decal type of thing,
Yeah.
or if we actually want to put stuff as a material on the wall.
hmm
Because
Yeah,
with that we can do things like the rain can wash down this
Well, what
blood
what
or something.
what do decals mean, right? So if I'm thinking of a wall which gets overgrown by flora, that could mean on the one hand the wall becomes a little bit greenish, and um, some spots on it, from sponges and stuff, yeah, and well, some stuff which grows on it, which could be done with voxels, right? Which could look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do the same thing. So thinking of not only, I mean, if they got shot in the head, there would be awesome if there not only be some blood decals on the wall, but actually some brains on the wall as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the question might be if this like the blood and the gore is actually like voxels that are like added to the wall, or if it's just a render thing, like a decal, proper decal, or if it's like something physically in the world. If it's something physically in the world, we have more possibilities, I think, because a pioneer can step on it, and it's very easy to, for example, make them like as they continue walking, spreading it.
Yeah.
It will make those things easier.
Yeah,
I think.
whereas a decal is, yeah, it's basically just like a texture that gets drawn on whatever kind of geometry is within its kind of bounds here.
Right. So how are you gonna go with that?
I would say voxels might be a more complex, but also a more complete solution. And we also will use it for other things like rain and mud and even the flora. The flora is kind of like a system like that, but it's very independent for now. It's just its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Can this be washed away, or is this can we put the time to live on that so that it goes away after some time?
Yeah, I think so. I think we lost Tony. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, you still there?
Yeah, I just got back.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
you're also you want to also do it with voxels? Which,
well, yeah. So I definitely agree that it is, it has a lot more room and like capabilities to build on, for sure. It's probably more complicated, but I do think it'll look better as well. Yeah, I think it's quite a bit more complicated actually, because we'll have to update like a lot of materials, and we'll need specific ones, for flora and for basically everywhere, I guess.
And I guess there's also the question of the voxel scale. Probably the blood won't be like an entire voxel. Maybe it's like a quarter, like the flora.
That was my question actually. Let's say like a voxel of blood, emits from the body and hits like a wall. Would it be like, would it stick out on the wall, or would it merge into the wall because it's like a one voxel? So that's
right.
I'm wondering how that would work.
Yeah.
Because because like blood usually is not adding to a surface. I guess it just merges.
Yeah. Although all this like red to brown to gone, it does kind of feel as well like a lot of these things would be easier if it was like a separate entity as well. Like a blood pool or something that that we know is there, and we don't have to check like everything they step on to say like, is it wet, is it blood, should they be tracking something.
What if it is voxels but with another offset, so that we don't get like this flickering thing, and then we just keep track of that stuff, and then after time to live is done, it goes away. Thinking of like
Yeah,
That could be.
Yeah, and I think at that point, we could just basically use a decal with like a pixel shader. Yeah.
I mean, whereas
like
Tilo, you talked about brains, being splattered against the wall.
Yeah.
Here, I would say it would make sense to actually use voxels, because it's like material. It's like it's like tangible, and there's like actually stuff that like sticks to the wall. It's not a fluid.
Okay. Thinking of
Same goes
what
with
about
flesh.
yeah. Well, I would like to see some chunks of
Right.
meat on the ground, right? So yeah, like these Doom dead body. Is there? No, not these ones. Trying to find them. There's some gory stuff in Doom. Ah, yeah, this stuff over here. So think of like an explosion, like a huge one, you know. And then you have like a combination here, you have like this gory stuff.
Yep.
These meat pieces, and then you have like the decals on the wall. Maybe it's a combination of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if it looked like this would be amazing. I mean, this should personally like this should be like the role model.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's well done. Also, I mean, you have like the stuff on the wall here, right, on the ceiling and on the wall. Yeah. And I think we can do this with voxels, to be honest. So if you think like the blood and gore is like its own voxel entity, which is in the world,
Yeah.
and then we move it just this 0.0001 whatever in the world as an offset, so that it does not start flickering, but it's still sticking out of the wall. I mean, this could be like voxel cubes inside of the wall, which stick out just for um, a micromillimeter, yeah, basically, and you would not notice it. And then if you have like real chunks, they are actually in the world then, laying around. And then we can keep track of this stuff. This could be stuff which we go like, okay, well, um, this is 5 hours old, therefore it's brown. It's now uh, a day old. It's gone. Stuff like that.
Mm.
Or somebody comes by and cleans it up because that's a chore they have to do. And then as soon as they're done with cleaning that area, it's gone. Yeah. Possibly that's something how we could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We're already in the middle of sprint planning too. Okay, moving
Yeah.
on. Just wanted to know if okay, this looks like a really interesting story, but also a challenging one.
Yeah.
Big heads understood. Can get incapacitated and healed over time. Healing them usually generated in the generation tubes. So this is so they have to have a state where they're either dead, we have that, or where they uh drop to the floor and you can see, well, they're not feeling well, right? And then people can pick them up, right? So you can tell people, yeah, pick this guy up and heal him, and that is usually done in these generation tubes. So probably in this sort of way, right? So we need these generation tubes, that thing over here, um, from various movies known. And yeah, so they can just get put into these, and then after some time getting healed, and then you're back as good as new, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, that some targets, we have that thing here. I mean, we have some targets, but then they're like these barrels, different sizes, crates, also a little bit too big. Would be nice. The crates would, if they would crumble when they get shot, and the barrels if they would explode when they get shot. Can we do that?
I suppose if we added health to them, yeah. So yeah, and then the barrels will have to do something kind of different. But I suppose so. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Then enemies you shoot back. I think that's a self-explanatory. I wouldn't go any deeper because it's not in the realm to be tackled in this sprint. Combat manager. That's yeah, these things which we talked about with the waves every dawn. Also implementing dawns, in the game. Um, Taking cover, yeah, so they can basically go behind stuff, yeah, or dig holes where they can hide themselves and shoot from there. Probably enemy AI, melee, and we have like these things here. These questions, critical hits,
Yeah.
floating damage numbers. Um, yeah, I would love to see these here, um, in the game. So like floating damage. So let's assume you have like a baseline which is 100 damage, right? I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
it's done yet. There are weaker people which have like, I don't know, 70, 80 or something. You can see that they are weaker, and then you have like people who are super trained and having like a great armor, and then they have like 150, 200 or something as a potential hit damage or hit number. And so you get kind of an idea when somebody gets hit with a critical hit and they lose like 80 and you're still standing, you go like, okay, well, another hit, they dead probably. Yeah. And yeah, that's I think uh, is great simulation wise to understand what is going on in the battlefield. Even better, so you see what people are aiming at, you see when they're shooting, you see where they're shooting, and now it would be nice to see how much damage they would have inflicted.
Yeah.
If we are doing like limp based damage, like I feel like the two systems might be a bit disconnected, because you might see the damage numbers pop up, but then someone gets like a lucky shot on the head or something.
Yeah.
And that's enough to disable.
Yeah, like critical hit.
Yeah. I would think just numbers would be lower on the leg, and then you'd get like a different color if it's a crit. That's how. I think that's how most games do it. Is crits are like an orange or a yellow.
Or we have like different categories, like a critical hit or headshot, stuff like that popping up, and then you're like, yes, yeah, headshot. Or maybe this thing when they get incapacitated, kind of go like, okay, well, I'm also showing this.
Yeah.
Or when they die, dead.
Yeah.
Probably
a skull.
Yeah, a skull. A skull is good. Or just dead.
Aren't we getting into like saucy territory again?
Right? No, the skull.
I think that the damage numbers are a bit of that, but that also is like I think like a pretty important part of it.
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Yeah, even for us to understand.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you like this red. Boing. So we said any kind of floats off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when he gets hit, he has like this one. Whoops. Yeah, perfect.
So, this could. And where's the skull icon? Oh.
Yeah, I've used it.
I guess.
Maybe something like this for incapacitated or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Could be something like.
Over the head. I like it. The stars. Love it. Yeah. Where's his friend? Where's his friend? There's his friend. Basically, like that. Like this.
I'm just thinking that like we have the names above them. should this kind of be connected? Like for example, we have the name, then we have the aiming circle above, and then on top is like the latest damage.
No. I think it should basically be like this, right? So like they spawn
okay.
kind of randomly around here in some kind of thing. Yeah, and
Sure.
they float up and they fade out. So these have like kind of an energy to them.
So where they got hit.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
If you can really make it out when they're so small, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have them over the head so that you see. Critical. Did. What else do we have? We have like also headshot. Ooh.
And so so the text like shows up with it here?
Yeah, whatever it is, So like this is like, come on, I don't want to have
So
errors
what would
here.
be what would be the chance for a critical headshot? What would be the odds?
Oh, I think we're really into
Yeah.
sprint planning 2 area here. Yeah, but we get the picture.
Because it will be a random event, right? Because you cannot actively aim at the head, right?
Yeah, it's
Well, that's the
it's
question
random.
as well.
Yeah, I think it's random, right? So if somebody is really good, they have like a higher chance of headshots and critical shots. Well, probably, yeah. And then and if you're really bad at shooting, then hopefully you have any chance of hitting. Yeah. Okay. Good. Understood so far. Then let's put that somewhere here. Where is this? Maybe here?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's something can come pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do the following thing. Let's make a concept for it, and then we're gonna make it. Yeah. Good.
This might
What
be
else?
very saucy, but how about some VFX effects for the gore and stuff? Like, or general combat, like small explosions, blood splatters, just impact particles.
Impact particles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we mentioned like a blood mist and stuff like that.
And that would be a great thing, right? If you aren't still busy with other stuff, like having some VFX that goes along with this, because otherwise, I mean, Francisco and I will be making, like some little, kind of blood particle effect. So yeah, and I think you can make a much better one. That's for sure.
All right. Yeah, I will still write it down for myself. Gonna.
Yeah, I mean, this tank here. Yeah, where people can go in and float. Also, we need a floating stance.
Oh, that's already there. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we have here for the sprint, which we could tackle? So we have recipe tooltip. Yeah, implementing this one. How's about the orthogonal camera viewpoint? Is that already in for the menu? Okay.
Yeah.
Then the new queue menu is also one thing which I would like to see in the game, because at the moment it's chaos. Yeah.
Is that like the categories?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Then the exit indicators in blueprints, that thing here, which also entails having more machines,
Oof.
basically all the ones which have only one tile, to have a chute. At the moment, most of them don't have a chute. Only the miner has a chute, and I'm gonna change that. Yeah. So this thing here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Basically, by the way, this is not accurate. That this is going from here to here, but it should be actually starting here and then go out here. Yeah. Do we have a better one, Leon, where this is fixed? I think we had this discussion before.
Yeah, there were a couple of GIFs. I've wrote the link that I've shown you that from this point on, all the other GIF starts.
Right. Yeah, I only have. So all the ones with the arrows we threw out.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the side arrows were a bit confusing.
Yeah, I think this is like the latest one which we had, which made some sense. Yeah. But basically, the animation starts here, right? So it starts not up to here. This is also not wide, but this is down here. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So there's no like input shoot.
There's no input shoot. No.
Okay.
Yeah. See, yeah, it starts here. It just shows the output shoot. The stuff comes out from here to here.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This part up here, this tile, it's not existent. Okay.
Okay.
Good. This is done. Some targets that would be the barrel and the crates. The barrel explodes and the crate just disintegrates when you shoot it. Probably with some sound effects as well. Animations into the game. I think it's important that the stuff which we have now, that this goes into the game. Probably also along with the sound effects which we already have, because not all machines use the sound effects which are in the sound folder. World size. We haven't talked about this yet. We could talk about it if you would like now, or just let's get this done here. Same destruction on big heads. We had talked about this. Tutorial quests. Yes, getting them in. And the more detailed assets. That's also something which we have in the pipeline. This is like this stuff here. So Leon made these beautiful new ones here, and we haven't put them into the game. Would like to see them in the game. Shouldn't be that much of a hassle, I guess. Correct?
No.
Okay.
No, just busy work.
Yep. Okay. Well, considering that you're not here next week, I would assume that we not do any of the huge ones, right? Just some rework of stuff. Yeah. So I wouldn't say we're gonna start with Blood and Gore. We're not gonna start with this Voxel Island thing here for the loose limbs, or is it something you could do by yourself, Francisco?
Yeah, I think that one might be fine. Yeah. So, but we want to do mostly combat, continue with combat, and maybe one of the other ones.
Yeah. So tutorial quests is out of the question, I would say. We're not gonna start this, okay. More detailed assets, we say, is an easy one. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm wondering, this new queue menu that shouldn't be that much as well. I mean, it's like just introducing these categories, right?
I'm not sure if it needs some rework, but
yeah, probably slightly. I think the last time I did this, the controller, I just had to like kind of rework how the loops were, and you might have to set up the categories on items as well. But
kind of like the construct menu.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a good guidance. Yeah.
Okay. Let's put that on hold for now. Recipe tooltip.
That is, I wouldn't say it's complex, but things with the UI just take time. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for the
Mhm.
gameplay, I think it's important.
It's a question of priority.
Yeah, let's do this. I want to see it happening. Target.
So bring down. I think floating damage can also go in if it's something
Yeah.
we want.
Yeah, at least if we're gonna make a
That
constant
one
start,
is
or
I think pretty
if you're
simple.
going to have like a really easy first draft. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's 3.
That's
Yeah, and the animations and um,
The assets.
more detailed assets. Yeah.
yeah.
Is
That
it indicators?
no.
I think that one's really big. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing, by the way, was stats below floors. So which bothered me. I think it would be an easy fix, but maybe for the next sprint. Some targets as well, right? Do you think that they explode when they get shot?
Yeah. Well, that's at the top here, but I also think that like it's Yeah. Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you feeling?
No, I think it might not be too complex and might be even good for the future. Like having, like I think this will entail having some sort of event that fires for things that died.
Yeah. I mean, this is like also for. I mean, we're gonna have like stuff which reacts to damage. Maybe that's a completely new system, right? You're shooting pipes. You're shooting like this refinery, which Leon
Right.
showed us, and there's a reaction. Then this stuff blows up. It's kind of a material thing, I guess, like reactive. We could maybe it's a material thing.
I think it might be like an entity level property because I mean, for example, you're shooting something made of metal. It can be a tank full of gas. It can be a wall. So maybe the property is more like in the entity, like what kind of object it is.
Okay. Sure. Also, what if fire destroys it? No, it's another question. What if fire destroys it? Then does it explode? Probably. Is that something then for the next sprint, or is it something for here?
I like all those systems probably wouldn't go in like just having the like moving the box in the barrel and making the barrel explode can be done and would like set that up but more than that and it'll be yeah I mean kind of like new stuff kind of as you get further and further out.
Right. Okay. Well, for me, it's okay if it's just a barrel in the
Yeah.
box for now, and then we take it from there.
Yeah, we usually have like a kind of like a bonus story, so maybe that's a good candidate for it.
Oh, sorry, that's my cat writing on the post-it here. Fuck. No.
That's a message.
That's a cat writing here. Some sorry, what was it? Some targets.
Here's some targets.
Or yeah, it's like targets, hits, reaction or something.
Yeah, she was in the picture too. Are we in the picture? Yeah. Okay. All right. Is this manageable for the sprint?
I think at least a couple of these are are not too bad. Like floating damage numbers, for example. If this was like fully, like sort of designed, the implementation might only take, like a day maybe. I I don't think that's too bad. The recipe tooltip, I don't really know what that entails.
Yeah, let's look at that for a second.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, so I think the main thing is like the navigation thing and
right.
like
so let's
modifiers for them. Oh, it's over here.
It's over here. Over here. Right. So it
Mm.
takes.
I don't think it's bad. It's just it's gonna take time for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you have like this feature that you can kind of pin it.
Yeah.
So that you have like these other features where you can go over and click on stuff, and you have like this mini explorer tool. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you could go back and forth investigating these recipes. Yeah.
And so if you highlight, imagine you have this tooltip open, you pin it, and if you highlight one of these, does it spawn a new tooltip?
No.
Or
It
you can only click it?
Yeah, it replaces the one here. So you click on
Okay,
copper
okay.
mesh, and then it moves you to copper mesh here. It gives you this one then instead.
All right. In that case, it's not as bad. But if we had like chains, tooltips,
No.
that'll make it a lot more complex.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think really the only thing will be yeah, I guess we'll need like something very generic to get down into some of these tooltips. Like most of them will be item tooltips, but like the wire drawer, yeah, I guess these are just converter tooltips there. But yeah, we don't have tooltips, I guess, for everything.
Well, you have it for the
mm.
materials as well. This one here.
Yep. Yeah, we should. I think. Well, just. I suppose we don't have it like this though, with like recipes to
okay.
craft, made in, used to
Yeah,
make.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't have all those things yet.
I see.
For
Okay.
the converters, we have pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
You have ingredients, makes, takes. But it's just not very easy to read.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Well. Target hit reaction. Yeah. Yeah. And for the limbs, so also, what does this entail? Yeah, like also the incapacitation of it.
No, just that the arm falls off when it's shot.
Just that it falls off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably can we make it that there's a chance that they lose their arms or the limbs? Because I think to get them shot off is quite a undertaking at the moment. Or is it like easy to shoot an arm off at the moment?
I'm not sure, but there's kind of like a difference between the way we are doing shooting and also like when you talk about headshots, the chance for a headshot, like the way it works now is they shoot and whatever they hit is it's what they hit. So if there's like a chance for a headshot, does it mean like one of the shots would physically be manipulated to hit the head?
Yeah.
Or in this case, the limb?
Exactly. So there's like two types of shots then, like the ones which are left to chance, and the ones
Simulate?
which
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
and the ones which are where the dice rolled already, and it's clear it's gonna be a headshot.
Okay.
It's clear it's gonna be, I don't know, severing a limb, or it's going to be shot at a limb so that a limb falls off.
Yeah. I think another approach is also if individual body parts have health, we could do like if you shoot the arm enough, you eventually break it off, even if you're not shooting like the actual joint or something. But you shot the arm enough that it breaks off.
Yeah.
Okay, but if that's not for now, because I think we kind of have to redo a bit of the shooting then.
Yeah.
Oh no, we lost Tony. He might have some good points on this.
Christo JC. Are there any plans for non-human characters like robots? The cat. Yeah, no, the cat is not going to be in the game. Yeah, there's a chance for non-human characters. Actually, let me show this as long as we're waiting for Tony coming back. There he is. Still gonna show you.
Hello.
Hey. Just answering a question which we have here. So there are like there's like fauna and aliens on this planet, or alien fauna and humanoid aliens, like the Itak, which are like your main enemies. So that's their planet. However, there are some pirates on this planet as well, which also mine Lucrum, and you can actually trade with them or fight them. And they are fierce enemies because they have like the same weaponry as you have. And then there's some fauna which you want to avoid. Sometimes you can't avoid. For like this bull kind of thing. This thing you can avoid. It strolls around on the world. Um, it but if you disturb it, it will attack you. And then you have like these for example, like as an enemy for this is an example for an enemy. It's like these frog kind of creatures, and they come in a huge crowd, and they have weak attack, but they come in huge amounts. So you will be overwhelmed probably with shooting while they attack you. It's going to be really nasty, and they kind of migrate from one side of the map to the other side of the map, and yeah, whatever is in their way, they're gonna munch on probably you. Hope that answers your question. So this is what we have planned for now. There might be probably more. What are you doing? Okay. So yeah, we were talking about the chance of losing limbs, the chance of getting a headshot. Did you get this, Tony?
No.
No. Okay. So we were talking about that. What entails this story? This entails just there is a chance that you shoot off a limb, yeah, by mere chance, and then later we want to have like also a system where it kind of rolls the dice and says, well, this shot is going to be completely simulated, or there's going to be a headshot. There's going to be a shot against the limb, so they're going to lose a limb and being incapacitated right away, right? So based on all the other factors which we have, like weaponry, etc., how good they are at shooting, and so on. But this is not for this story. This story is just okay. If they get shot in the arm falls off. That's the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also thinking like what might be kind of cool is I don't know if you ever played Dead Island. But basically like if you break their bones, it's like a zombie. If you break their bones, they like kind of go limp. And I was thinking that's also like something we could do is like kind of like ragdoll their arms if they get, hit off or basically severed. Just like turn like the top joint into that. Well, that doesn't really make sense maybe because it's not like they they don't have control over their stump.
Yeah. I would say if they lose an arm or something or a leg, they're just incapacitated, right? So they fall to the ground.
Yeah, so ragdoll anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they will look cool, right? So because they get dragged off and the arm remains there or the foot or something.
Yeah.
Pretty bleak, but yeah. Ow. Good. Okay. Yeah, more detailed assets. How many do we have? Have you all of them, Leon? How far are you with that?
With what models exactly?
These detailed assets up here for the products and ores and stuff.
I can't guarantee that I didn't miss any of them. Perhaps there's one or two I don't know of yet, but I think I did everything.
Awesome. Good. Then we can. I mean, you can look into it while we're starting with the other stories, and then as we make our way down there, then probably have all them ready so that we can put them in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Targeted reaction. That's what we were talking about.
Like the barrels exploding, or
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Is that manageable in 2 weeks' time with Tony being gone for 5 days?
I would move one of the stories to like the bonus area.
Right. This one then. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we can make we can do sprint planning 2 with this one here right away after we done with the story. Who wants to be product owner for this one here?
I would like to do that.
Leon.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to do this one here. Can't lose limbs, voxel islands.
I volunteer for that one.
More detailed assets. Crickets. Okay.
Sure.
Targeted reaction. Yeah, I do that. Okay.
Cool.
Good. Okay. So for our viewers, what does it mean? PO is product owner, meaning who's responsible for making sure that the story is based on the stuff which we have talked about in the sprint planning. And it's just also somebody who the developer can bounce ideas with and talk to. And it's usually like this. I mean, I'm a developer myself, so usually what happens when you work on something, you make it work. It works great, right? And then first time you give it to somebody else, and they break it right away. And it's like this because you're always treading down this trampled path as a developer, and you want to make sure that somebody else is looking at it before you put it into the main code base, because well, you're hunting bugs down, right? And we're just making sure that it is more or less bug free than when somebody else is looking over it, because they're going to test it. I mean, they're playing it. One time they find something, and then 10 times more, and then find something, and then 20 times more, and might still find something, and then after that you can be pretty sure that the stuff is solid. What do you have here?
Yeah, I also brought this from the previous sprint. I still need like I think a day on it.
Okay.
For the UI, and also like we also need like a finalized a mock-up of the UI. So mostly the swap button where it's gonna show. Have you seen the video? Like I
saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, the position for the weapons. Is it around something like that? Like just above?
UI for weapon selection. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna work on this one here. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Do we want to do this floating damage numbers thing shortly? And I think we can talk about these game world sizes on a different time.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Sure,
Maybe
we're not gonna work on
tomorrow.
it, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Tony's not there tomorrow, but I don't know. One of the weeks coming. Yeah. Okay, floating damage numbers. We have already done some stuff over here. Yeah. So Tony, you say these should just go somewhere where they got hit, going up, or
Yeah. I mean that's like I think that is like a very common thing. They're not normally like something that kind of slides in. They are like, you know, like you get hit and it like pops off, and it's like very quick as well. Like, mm, I'm trying to think of something that has it. I know Suicide Squad has them.
Mhm.
yeah. And if you put the text above the head, it's gonna like we need to find a space for it, considering there's the name there, and maybe even the aiming circle above it.
Yeah.
So the damage would be all the way up, or I'm
I
not
think
sure.
like the most famous example would be Borderlands, right?
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And how's it called? Yeah, Borderlands. You're looking into it. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they do the floating damage thing,
Yeah.
and they actually float like to the side.
Fallout. Yeah, Fallout is another example. Just forgot how the name of Fallout.
Mm.
Yeah. You have like these and then when you hit them you see that coming up. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which out of those two, yeah, I definitely prefer something more like the Borderlands ones, but I think it's up to whatever they should be, but yeah, I definitely don't think they should go like above here in like the list of other things.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that then. What about if they drop dead? I mean, if this where does this go?
Next to the name.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, so this is just like a feed of them dying. It just says like oh, they're dead.
I think we can put the skull just next to the name.
Yeah, the
Or
name
it-
disappears actually.
Yeah, they lose it.
Right.
Yeah, it.
Or replace the name with that, with the skull.
Yeah. I mean, or even like if this is the way it was before, anyways, like it can just, instead of being up here, you know, like if it should have the text with it, like some information about this hit, then it would just be spawned, down here and float up with it instead.
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, they get just with the text then. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is a lot of text. Can we maybe replace this with icons? Like the
Then you have to,
headshot is an icon.
yeah, then you have to describe it. No, I mean, no. Then you have to. I mean, they have to be really good icons then. I mean, the skull you can understand, I guess. Yeah. Also, sound effects wise, so for example, I just looked it up. So for RimWorld, right, they have like this one sound which is pretty specific. I don't know if you remember this one. It's like this dum, where you go and hear that, and then it kind of boils your, or it freezes your blood, yeah, when you hear it, because somebody just died.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's also important to have. Mm. And about screams, yeah, they should they should really scream a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think that this is the kind of thing that it's like gonna be simple enough that that like even if we try something and we don't like it, like iterating on it is going to be quick. It's gonna be very quick.
Right. Okay. Good. So we have like these hit points. Yeah, they should have like the same outline as the name, so that they are readable all the time. Got it. Oh, no, no. Black outline. What is going on? Now we're like red dots. I don't know why.
Also, do we want to do the quick revisit of the aiming circle on this sprint? Just the
Oh yeah.
outline, and
Yeah.
what? There was something else.
And it was
related
moving it
to
to
it.
the top. It was
Yeah.
like stacking it instead of it
Right,
being on the side.
right.
Can you do this for a second? Okay, I'm writing this. Black outline of text.
Yep.
Then we have what is going on? It's always switching back to this red here. Shows up where it hit the pawn. What else? Icon for death. Yeah, Leon, we need an icon for this death thing. What about this incapacitated thing here? When they're incapacitated, is that for the next story here? Can get incapacitated? Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I think so because we don't really have the concept of incapacitation.
Yeah. Gonna have like this bird sound effect, like these chirping birds. Icon for death. Damage points. Above. Yeah. Damage point show up on hit and float up for 1 second while fading. Black outline of text shows up where it hit the pawn. Icon for death situation. Text for critical headshot along with the damage points above. Yeah. And text is centered. Yeah, we have like this minus also here. Damage points show up. Let's split up while fading. Has a minus next to the damage point as prefix to the damage point. Yep. Anything else?
Well. About the headshot and the critical thing. So this does kind of go back to the question of how damage is kind of applied, because like having headshot and crits kind of points to that you could have a crit even if you hit him in like the foot, and you do like 1.6 times the damage, whereas like a headshot would have then a multiplier. So basically really the question is which one are we going with, or is it also both? Is it like body part based damage along with criticals?
Body parts along with critical. I mean, if they lose a limb, probably it gives you this incapacitated situation thing,
Yeah, but I just mean the like basically every time they shoot, basically we'll make a roll to see if it's a crit.
Yeah.
And then
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this will go up with their shooting skill, and if it does hit, then their damage will be multiplied by some multiplier, and then that would be a crit. And then a headshot would be like they get hit in the head, and their head takes like 3 times the damage, or some multiplier as well, which might be like a crit spot. And those two things would be different.
How do headshots actually work? Are they right now aiming at different heights?
No. They will aim. They'll aim like basically towards the center of their body, and then they have like a like an inaccuracy. And I guess that's something that we can change around, unless that's fine, and we kind of like like even if they get hit, we then like take that damage and figure out where to apply it to on the body.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it something like the chance of getting a headshot? Should that be something which we leave up for chance for real? I mean, just going like, okay, well, this. I mean, it can't be, right? If they're only aiming for the middle of the body, they will less likely make a headshot then. So like unexperienced shooters will get a headshot more often than somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we have to direct it ourselves.
Yeah. What about if if it looks like this? I mean, so like if this is the body, look, let's take this guy over here, right? Okay. To front, and then so the inaccuracy is basically this triangle thing. So at the moment they're aiming at the middle of the body, right? And let's understand if you would tweak this, right? So if this is the inaccuracy, which is present at the moment, right? What about if we change the inaccuracy to something like this triangle thing? Something like this. Yeah. So not the circle, but this triangle thing. Meaning, okay, well, he has a really big head. Sorry. Okay, let's do it like this here. Okay. So if they are very inexperienced, they will use the whole triangle. If they are more experienced, this triangle then becomes oops, less and less of how can I make this visible here actually? They have other shapes here. Basically this. Okay. So okay, this might work. Okay. So like a super sharpshooter at some point. Yeah. So for example, so if you're more experienced, you will not shoot red anymore. You will shoot orange and green, right? And if you are like a super experienced shooter, you will be more likely to shoot bullseye, which is up here, black. Okay. And let's do some transparency here. Okay, so this is like if you're inexperienced, you have like the whole thing here where you can shoot at. Okay, if you're a little bit more experienced, your the possibility where you shoot is here. If you're very experienced, it's more here, like hitting limbs, like arms and the head. And if you're a great shooter, you're more likely to shoot the head more often.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Is this something which we could do? I mean, this could be. It sounds like it's an easy formula actually to implement um, for what we have at the moment. So if the current thing which we have is a circle, it looks like this, and accuracy is actually determined by how further you are towards the middle. I think this is more interesting here, right? I mean, it solves the problems which we have. Yeah, bad shooters shoot more often in the leg and somewhere else, or they miss, and not so often in the head. But they have a chance to hitting the head. They have a chance to hit the head. Yeah, but it's less likely than the sharpshooter who has only this thing here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we are doing like actual shooting at body parts, yeah, something like this is necessary, right? Like limb based damage. Yeah, we do need we can't just rely on like the randomness to help us out. Yeah, yeah, because like you're exactly right here that as they get better, and their accuracy gets better, they'll just basically what we have, we need to like have a better way to control where they're shooting at.
Yeah.
But so, what if we have this same system we have now, but just change the center of what they're aiming at? And it can be like semi-random. Like sometimes they're aiming at the head, sometimes at the body center, which is also where the vitals are. If we go deep into limb-based damage, I mean, a shot to a lung or to a heart is like equally fatal. But if we have more of a health points type of thing, then
right. I see what you're getting at. Yeah. What if? So if we stay with the circle thing, right? Is it just Is it also increasing the chance of hitting the head? So for example, like this is like the bullseye area. Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be also working if we just say, okay, well, it's
Well, I think it's kind of like someone that is not experienced will not try to aim for the head because they are inaccurate, so it's very likely to hit outside. So they will aim to the center of the body. There's more chance that they'll hit. But someone experienced will try. They know they are very accurate. They'll try to shoot at the most valuable parts, most critical part, so they can aim at the head.
Okay. What I actually let me push this to the back, so we have both of them here. What I don't like about this idea is that, oops, shit.
This is an amazing infographic, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what I don't like about this idea is that this circle here, right? So like the second circle here, they have a better chance of hitting the torso than or hitting anything than like the first circle, right? I don't know. I think with the pyramid, it's a little bit better. I mean, what could be the formula here? What is the formula here of a pyramid? So you have like two axes. You have like the x and a 0, right? In the middle of this axis, which is here, right? So this is like the axis, and you either go if you the higher, so you go so you have like two numbers, x and y. So on x you have the spread just higher, right? And it is determined by the position of y. So you pick y first. Okay, so you pick y first, and then it determines on a scale where x is what the range of x is. It's super easy actually. So what is it? So if sorry, so let's say h is the hit point, right? H is determined by x, in this case the x-axis, which is determined by multiplied by y, the range. It's not x file. It's determined by it. Tony, you're a mathematician. How is this? How is the formula written here?
I'm a what?
What is the formula here? So y, so x, y is determining the range of x. Yeah. It's actually, I think n is the range times y. I think this, somebody can correct me on that, but I think this
But
is
what's
like
the H?
the hit point, the actually point where you're hitting, where you're shooting at. It's like the random.
Oh, the vertical one?
Yeah. No, the vertical one is No, the vertical one is the just the y. So n is the range, and x is like whatever you have like here, where it's also random.
All
Right?
I'm seeing is a pyramid that's also a mind control tower.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. So what you do is, I mean,
Just delete the formula.
in pseudo code, right? So you determine randomly y, yeah, and with that you pick just from a pyramid. This is the range. Then the range is determined on the position of y, and then randomly that's your x, and then you either, so for example, so this is like randomly y. It has also range because if it's a straight shooter already, his range is here. If he's a really good shooter, here. If he's an ace, his range is here. Okay, and then you decide
So
where.
someone that is this good will never shoot at at the leg,
Yeah, probably.
or is it still random?
No, they will still aim for the upper body, right? So yeah, this is like so they will hit either the yeah, the torso or the arms or the
So
head.
they're guaranteed to do that.
So-
Okay.
So why is it not also like both things are determined by the skill? Because like, oh, I can't grab this, but I would assume if they're very good, like or even all right, yeah, I don't know that like once you pass a certain threshold, you know, like if you're shooting at their legs, it's already the weakest point, and it looks like they're basically gonna miss like 100% of the time. You know, and just because someone gets lucky up here, you know, I would assume their accuracy is still like the same red range, even if they're shooting higher.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I would think that the correlation to this triangle would be based on skill, and then
Yeah,
the
exactly.
limitation of where they can shoot is also based on skill.
Yes, exactly. Sorry if I said something different before, but this is like yeah,
No, yeah,
yeah. So
Mm.
meaning nobody, somebody who is really skilled, they will not shoot down here in this
yeah.
complete. I don't know how you
Yeah.
say that in
Also,
English.
one last ignorant comment from me. I think this symbol is also on the back of a dollar bill.
Yeah. Come on, you can't have this like in the same stream where we're talking about International Women's Day. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a pretty easy formula, at least code, where this thing here is basically this thing is determined by the skill, yeah,
Yeah.
and if you like, you can have like this pyramid here, so right, so
Yeah.
this is also determined by skill, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
therefore
Okay.
you get your range, yeah,
Yeah,
these
totally.
these moving things here, these X and Y range things,
Yeah.
okay.
I do think yeah, just kind of because the heads are so small that also and maybe kind of works out, but as they get better, they might actually have a more of a chance to miss.
Yeah.
Until they get accurate enough, just because the heads are like so small.
Yeah, I'm looking
Mm.
for some graphics where people not saluting with the wrong hand, and then we can use that.
Yeah.
This guy over here. Because this pal, I mean, that's horrible. With this big head. Yeah, basically here.
Okay, so actually, yeah, they're probably not too bad.
Yeah. This is amazing. This is great. Stuff like this, right?
Hmm.
Okay. You can see. Yeah. So that, I mean, this guy here has so much air he might hit, and the better they become, the more likely they hit. There's still a
Yeah.
chance not hitting, but it's getting better and better. And even this guy down here, if he's having the full pyramid here, they have a chance of making a headshot just out of luck, right? So they're rolling the dice and they might win. And this is what we are
Right.
aiming for, aren't we? I mean, like more of these random things here. There we go. I mean, you're going to be in Vegas next week. You could have some luck here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your go-to game?
I don't gamble. I lost like
Your house.
I don't even know how
Just
much.
kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I can't.
man.
Meaning I can't gamble anymore. It's not like
Yeah.
it's a thing
Yeah.
I'm deciding to.
Yeah, I sat down at a machine one time and lost like $100 in like probably less than 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, this was stupid, and I just got up and I never played again.
Which is great. Imagine if you have won. Oh my god,
Right.
that would be horrible. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I think we're so. This is this kind of. I mean, this story is not going to be about this. Is it, or is it going to be also part of this? So we're going to make this aim triangle thing.
No, I think this was specifically about floating damage. I think if Francisco wants to put it in, or we have time to put it in, then we definitely can. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I made this drawing over here about headshot versus crit. Again, just to clear it up, and then basically, these are just like arbitrary numbers. So basically, the gun does 30 base damage. A headshot is 2 times the damage. So this thing's 60, right? And this is not critting. But if it crit, then it'd be like a 2 times, 1.5 times. So
okay, critical is 1.5. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so maybe like 90 damage if it crit here. So there's a critical headshot, you get 90 damage, and then alternatively, crits can also happen just anywhere, and so in this case it's 1.5, and so 30 base you get 45 damage, and so yeah, so are we gonna have both of these? That's really what the question I've got.
Yes.
Okay. All right, perfect then.
Okay, this is also part of the story. I mean, if not, where
No,
is it gonna be?
this is just part of like planned combat, and
Yeah. Okay, planned combat. Where's the story?
Yeah, no.
Where do we do? This is already in the game, you say, or what? Or
This isn't in the game, but this is like a piece of the combat that I think was kind of like a mystery that we do need to know. I mean, this is like a core piece of it.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. So aiming happens in the triangle as described above instead of a circle now. In the triangle, based on skill. Shooter, sort above. Isn't that instead of a circle now? Okay, cool. It's so much more already, that story. Good. Aiming circle. Oh, okay. You split it up. Aiming circle 1.1.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's the aiming triangle.
No, wait. This is the thing above their heads.
Oh,
yeah, the Pac-Man thing.
Pac-Man. 1.1.
The Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Yeah.
Do you guys know why it's called Pac-Man? I just learned that the other day.
Tell me.
I think I do.
Indulge.
Okay.
Oh, Leon, give it a shot.
They wanted to name him Pac-Man at first because it's a phrase they use for eating snacks, I think. But they were afraid they make him, they put an F in front of it, like juvenile players. And so they turned into Pac-Man. I've heard that story once. I don't know if it's true.
So instead of what? Which word?
What was the first one?
What was the F word that they were afraid of?
I suppose, like I said, like they wanted to name it Pac-Man, and they were afraid that kids were going to make fun of it and then name it Fuckman. So they turned it to Pac-Man.
That's Pac-Man.
Oh, with a K?
That's
Okay.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was Puckman.
I was Pugman. Okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay, because
Okay.
I actually heard like the act of like eating. It's in like official marketing materials. It's called packing for whatever reason. So that's
Yeah.
why he's Pac-Man. So like pack away
Hmm.
these ghosts or whatever.
Well, that's the corporate reason you got fed up, like, which you get fed. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, but I wasn't aware of the Pac-Man story.
Yeah. But Leon, did people say? I mean, for some reason, did they make fun of it by saying "Pac-Man" or something? No, they didn't either. So completely unbased decision.
I mean, you
It wasn't my decision.
you still could say Sagman, which is maybe
Well,
offensive to some people. I don't know.
it says they're worried about vandals scraping part of the P off of it, and
right.
then their arcade machines would permanently be Fuckman.
Fuck, man, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, and it's almost guaranteed to happen.
Yeah, and
There's
just like did you guys here in Berlin? We have this car sharing service Miles, and everyone is turning the
Yeah.
E into Fs. So we have all these MILF cars,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's like it has become like an official problem because they have to like remove like all the stickers and stuff, and they actually like went public and said, please stop doing that.
which what you never should do, right? Not making a problem. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. Recipe tooltip. I think we can just move all the stuff which we have here over there. I mean, is there anything else to the Pac-Man thing? No. Clear, right? Clear as day and night. Oops. Can I move the whole thing? No.
Yeah, and I kind of split the tasks, but I think most of them have to really work together anyway. So I'm not sure it really helps.
Which task?
I like the tooltip stuff and the aiming circle. They're different concepts, but they still need to be worked together.
Okay. Recipe tooltip. Anything which we have to discuss here? It's all here, I guess, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, this control button, by the way, this control thing is to toggle it, right? You can toggle this tooltip
Mhm.
On and off. So if you press it again, it's back to just being a tooltip. It might disappear because you're not hovering over something. That's okay. It's completely okay. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. UI PSD4 weapon selection. Well, mock up for weapon selection. Okay. Can lose limbs, voxel islands.
Mhm.
Do we want to have a text to this? Who wants to write it?
yeah, sure, I can write it.
Yep.
So this is already with the limb damage, or just if it happens that they are shot and a limb is cut off, we detect it and split it? Like, it doesn't involve
yeah,
the limb damage, right?
yeah. I guess this should be like probably like sort of an event and not just based on voxel damage. Yeah, although I guess things like, like being cut in half can happen. Or yeah, maybe that's also like kind of an event. Like if you die, they have a chance of like turning into Gibbs or something like that. Yeah, at the very least, what do we need? We need a system which, yeah, so chance to fail, chance to damage. Yeah. Also, should this be like a kind of set amount of damage, or should we track? You know, kind of like in Fallout, how they have like damage numbers per limb, or is it just kind of like an arbitrary, like, you know, maybe like the lower their health is, the more they have a chance of having a limb shot off.
No. Good question. So hitting a limb, you have to hit a limb first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How? So a normal shot will not severe it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think that there can be like a few different ways to do it. Yeah, or even like Tarkov's another example, right? Where you might get hit in it and it's not like gone. It's just a little injured, but then at some point, like if you keep taking damage to that one specific limb, then that's when it like kind of gives out. And in that case, it would be a little different because we would have to, like keep track of the damage amounts across the body.
Yeah. What is the easiest way to do it then?
The easiest way would be yeah, just kind of rolling, for a low chance of severing a limb.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, and then
This is my.
So there's not really a voxel island detection. We just kind of do it ourselves.
yeah, I suppose so, but I like yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, and I've kind of felt that way, like that for units. You know, the damage they take should be a little lighter, I think, because yeah, I don't know. I think for now we could start with that. Yeah, that's what I would think.
Okay.
Below some breakpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, for example, like these Brumalux, uh these enemies, these uh bull kind of enemies.
Mhm.
That would be cool if they have like a high chance of destroying a limb when they tackle a opponent.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it definitely could also have to do with like the like the type of damage that happens as well. Ragdoll. Probably viewer. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. Can you think of anything else, Francisco?
No.
Okay.
Crates, crumple.
Mm.
Yep. Okay. Anything else to this? No.
I
So
don't think
when you
so.
shoot them, yeah, they should explode like that stuff over here.
Right.
Which we all know. We just need cracks in walls and stuff, and then we have like we can make a Doom clone. Alrighty, good. Anything else? Okay, till
No,
we talk
nothing
about this
else.
world size maps on another point, another time, perhaps
Sure, yeah.
Friday next week. Then, if we don't have anything, I think this concludes our sprint planning and the retrospective of the last sprint. Well, for all the people who watched, thanks for joining us, and then everybody else, I would say let's get
Yeah.
to work, and then let's talk again tomorrow latest, right?
I'm gonna pack
All right.
away at some lunch now.
Yeah, me too. Okay. And
Same.
Puck.
pack away,
Yeah.
Puck away.
pack away, and safe travels, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Till then, bye.
Right.
Bye,
Bye.
Squirrel.